Wanaragua literally means mask, commonly called Jankunu. It's essentially a twofold system of mask Christmas processionals that is commonly performed during the Christmas season, specifically from December 25th to Epiphany January 6th. Wanaragua is also the name of the principal dance rite of the system. As such, it is a unique synthesis of three cultural traditions. Number one, it is African Harvest Festival, ancestor rituals, and secret societies. Two, English mummers plays. And number three, Amerindian Arawak and Carib festivals. Charikanari, the second processional dance, features the stock characters such as the two-foot cow, the devil, and the numerous hianro, or men and boys dressed as women. During the Wanaragua dance, Garifuna men adorn themselves with colorful regalia to replicate and mock British military costumes through music and dance. And this is from Dr. Oliver Greene in 2006, page 196. As dancers process from house to house, they mimic past foreign oppressors while symbolically affirming their identity. The dancers perform stylized movements to the entertainment of onlookers while being accompanied by drums and social commentary songs composed by men. When male Wanaragua dancers dress as women and Garifuna women pose as male Wanaragua dancers, the ritual exhibits double role reversal. For example, in Guatemala and Honduras, men wear long dresses to which are occasionally attached wrong-colored ribbons. Some Garifuna believe that the wearing of dresses can be attributed to the belief that Garifuna men intentionally dressed as women during the Second Garifuna War from 1795 to 1796 to avoid capture and execution by the British. Although the interpretation of the dance movements by Garifuna Primera drummers is a common feature of most Garifuna dance song genres, it is the central and focal point of the drum-dance relationship in Wanaragua. Because costume apparel is almost identical for Wanaragua dances from head to toe, onlookers focus on individual stylized dance. Observers recognize individual dancers by the unique manner in which the dancers draw attention to himself, and he interprets the three primary dance movements of Wanaragua. Tremblings of one, Salinda and Banquata. The segunda bass drummer performs a characteristic repetitive ostinato, a repetitive rhythmic pattern that accompanies all Wanaragua songs. The Primera drummers carefully watches the feet and movement of each dancer and improvises a series of rhythmic patterns that he feels best interprets the unique movements of the dancer. This is the traditional Wanaragua as researched by Dr. Oliver Greene. Costume apparel typically features wire masks on which are painted European faces, colorful cotton head wraps, headdresses made of cardboard covered with colorful fabric, papier-mâché bowls, and circular glass mirrors. Long dyed wild turkey feathers are also attached to the headdress, which is called wababa in Garifuna. Garifuna men in Wanaragua, Belize wear long-sleeve white shirts across which wide strips of black or pink and green ribbon are attached. Dancers also wear white gloves, black or white pants, cowrie shell knee rattles that are attached below the knees, long black stocking socks, and tennis shoes. Onlookers are further amused of the presence of the Wanaragua hianro, men who possess or pose as women, by wearing a blouse, skirt, mask, communal wedding veil, and women tennis shoes. Therefore, costume and movement are integral of the mocking and mimicry of British military and social costumes, which is the primary objective of the Wanaragua. In Guatemala and Honduras, men often wear headdresses that are similar in construction to those described above, but more elaborate and feature additional strips of colorful ribbon. However, they traditionally wear long dresses of colorful material instead of exaggerated replicas of military regalia as in the Belize, the black and white. Though the movement and dances of Wanaragua are entertaining and humorous to onlookers, the themes of the many Wanaragua songs are pensive and serious in nature. Because Wanaragua is a male social commentary song form, many of these themes address issues such as unrequited love, the desire to find a wife, an unfaithful lover, and the loss of a loved one. Wanaragua songs, like most indigenous Garifuna songs, are performed in succession in a call and response manner, without pause. The damburia, the drummers, provide rhythmic and accompaniment for dancers as the song leader, and responding gayusa, a chorus primarily composed of women, continuously sing social commentary songs. The existence of the Wanaragua songs in Belize English Creole support the belief of some Garifuna scholars that the Wanaragua may have been introduced to Garifuna in mahogany camps in the 19th century and early 20th century, when Garifuna men worked with Creole people, who are thought to have first practiced a version of Wanaragua, Jankunu. An example of a Wanaragua song with Creole influence is called Play Jankunu Play in Belizean Creole. It goes like this. Call. Play Jankunu Play. Give them a kissy for New Year pleasure. The response is, Willie Yamo, Blessy Massa, who lived to see Aye. The translation and transliteration would be, dance, masked dancer, dance. Give them a kiss, money, right? As a New Year's treat. William, blessed master, whosoever lives to see them for next year. And this is quoted from Servio-Mariano, 1996, 85. In this Wanaragua song in Belizean Creole, the singers acknowledge the masa, meaning the master, the plantation owner, and request that he provide them with a gift of money for the new year. They state that William, the master, is blessed to see everyone for the next year. Though a few Wanaragua songs are in Spanish, this can be attributed to the existence of many Garifuna in Guatemala and Honduras. Most are in Garifuna. Examples of two Garifuna songs in Wanaragua are as follows. Let's hear this song. The call would be Sina Hawairi Hinyaru Adariha Uatu Ni Aba Usietina. And it repeats. Sina Hawairi Hinyaru adariha, uatu, ni aba busietin. The response would be uweri bunya beba bagero. Uweri bunya beba bagero. Neiba badeira hinyaru bunigua. Maria bamiga. It repeats, Maria baniga. The next song would be in call first. Vaye habe igaburi mama bigaburi. Vaye habe osanya mama bosa. And response would be balisi hamuga barihe tebuguni. Chulubuha Oburugu, Barihube, Tebuguni, Ariabu. And the translation and the transliteration of this song would be as follows. I've been courting all kind of women. No one wants me. Good for you. Go to your hometown. There we'll find a woman. Then you will get married. You will imitate ways that are not yours. You will imitate behavior that is not yours. You should see her behavior in the Belize city. Go to the city. You will see her walking late at night. Two themes expressed in the first song, the need for female companionship and the desire to be married, are presented as a dialogue in which the song leader expresses his heartfelt pain. The response is communal directive to a man to return to his hometown where he will find a woman to marry. Virginia Kearns and Robert Dirks in 1975 noted scholars of Garifuna culture believe that migrant Jamaican workers in Central America introduced Jankunu to the region, and this is in Dirks 1987. It suggests that the entire genre of rituals known as Jankunu, as spelled in Jamaica, developed in the 18th century by African slaves as a symbolic replication of the ancient Roman Saturnalia tradition. In this ancient rite, slaves could publicly mimic and poke fun at their masters during the temporary period of freedom and revelry. In observance of the series of public holidays from Christmas to Epiphany, including Boxing Day, December 26th, and New Year's, slave owners in most British colonies in the Americas allowed slave Africans respite from traditional labor on plantations. In Jamaica, local revelers still practice versions of this rite. In Wilmington, North Carolina, the ritual was called Jankunu, as stated in the book Cohen and Coffin, 1999, page 504. And Jankunus, where it was practiced until the late 1800s, in the book by Smalls, 2004, page 1. In these communities, cultural advocates have organized reenactments of the ritual in recent years. Similar Christmas processionals are found in other locations in the New World. In Bermuda, where it's called Gambay, in St. Kitts and Nevis, where it's called Masquerade, in Guyana, as stated in the book of Greene, 2006, page 199, that will be Oliver Greene, and in Dominican Republic, where it was called Cocolo or Cocolo. Research shows that Gambi and Cocolo feature peacock feather headdresses, West African and American Indian costumes, reenactments and biblical stories, and dances of the West Indies, as expressed in Jackson's book, 1987. Gambi and Kokolo are believed to be derivatives of masquerade from St. Kitts and are most likely of different origin than masquerade traditions performed in Jamaica, North Carolina, and among other Garifuna and Central America. The two remaining processional dances of the Wanaragua system include Warini and Charikanari. The latter, which is Charikanari rite, begins on December 26 on Boxing Day, and it is especially popular among children who are particularly fond of several stock characters. Number one would be the two-foot cow, a man wearing cow horns and cardboard mask and a long trench coat and padded buttocks. Number two, the devil, a man wearing red devil mask, and hianro would be number three, boys and men dressed as women. All of these costume dancers wear masks and move to the accompaniment of the segunda and primera and a shaka player. A single melody repeatedly continues on a mouth organ or harmonica, and a periodic blast of the conch shell trumpet. Occasionally, the director of the Charikanari group and the drummers perform a responsorial song, some of which are sexually suggestive in nature, or recount comical incidents such as the song Guana Bet Hilip. This song recounts an incident in Dangriga in which a man was dancing while holding an iguana too close to his mouth and he got bit. Warini and Piamanadi, now extant in Belize, are the names of additional rituals previously performed during the Christmas season. Warini, the West African Center mask dance prelude to the Wanaragua, which is written in the book by Mr. Cayetano, 1993, page 87, feature men wearing cardboard masks and dressed completely in dried banana leaves while carrying items such as a canoe paddle or an axe. Warini dancers moved to the same drumming accompaniment as that used in Wanaragua. Traditionally, they appeared only on December 24 and returned on the evening of January 6, signifying the beginning and the end of the Wanaragua season. Piamanadi believed to be a more direct retention of the English Mummers plays than Wanaragua, features stock characters reenacting a death and resurrection theme of the accompaniment of the drum and the fife, the cone flute, which is in Oliver Greene's book 2006, page 199 to 210. It was last performed in Punta Gorda, a town in Belize, in the 1970s. Some Warini songs are unique in this ritual and therefore are only sung when Warini is performed. Most Garifuna scholars agree that Warini predates Wanaragua and it is the oldest of the four Christmas processionals. The late John Mariano, a Garifuna shaman or buye, believed that the ritual could be traced back to Yurumain, the Garifuna word of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where it was performed in memory of the tribe called the Guarini, which is in Mariano's book, year 2000, Personal Communication. A term strikingly similar to the Black Warini, an early name for the black carrot, which is in Lawrence's book, page 1992, page 169, and also in Jerry's Valentine's 2002, page 42 through 44. Jerry's Valentine was a Garifuna Anglican priest, a former Wanaragua practitioner, cites the opinion of Max Garcia, a well-known Banquata, the leader of the Wanaragua troop, who believed that Warani represented interplay between good and evil and is the darker counterpart of Wanaragua. Symbolically, the good ritual, as stated by Oliver Greene in 2006, page 212, Garifuna and Dangriga stopped performing Warani in 1995 following two incidents in which youth tried to set Warani dancers on fire. So all of this information that I just relayed to you comes from the research from Dr. Oliver Greene, as he focused his research in the country of Belize and mostly in Dangriga during the Jankunu celebrations.